Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, and I'm going to go ahead. This was meant to be a Q&A, but as always, I had an underlying theme. If nobody had any questions and just wanted to come and hear, so happy Sunday morning. I'm here bright and early, all dressed, not in my pajamas. And I wanted to welcome you, anybody new. Thanks for joining the group. Really happy to have you here. And I'm just going to share a screen. So I just wanted to briefly talk about how important management is. Sometimes this is often overlooked or a little bit poo-pooed when we have dogs that are resource guarding, regardless if the resource guarding with us or if we have a multi-dog home. So resource guarding is often, this is who I am. If you don't know me, haven't seen me, and yes, I do have qualifications, and yes, I'm showing them with you because this is really important in our industry that is very unregulated. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that does have qualifications because they are out there, and somebody who is qualified and certified using humane methods with a scientific underpinning with learning theory, as well as psychology, and of course, understanding dogs as a species. So, um, muzzles. Do we need muzzles? If we have a dog that's doing damage, yes. If we have a dog that is practicing snapping and biting, even without contact, this can also be something that you want to be thinking about and looking at so that they are not rehearsing the behavior. Rehearsal is how we start habits, whether they're good or bad, and that is regardless of our dogs and even us. That is why we want to think about this. It's not hard to muzzle train our dog. This one picture isn't the best because it's not a well-fitting muzzle, I would say. It's too far up against the nose. And we do want a space where we can deliver rewards. So our dogs really should be in a basket muzzle. And I probably grab this really fast. Our dogs should be able to open their mouths in a basket muzzle. That is important. Panting is important for our dogs. So there is a website called Muzzle Up. Tons of information about muzzles. It's really easy to start. You don't want to go too fast. You want it to be positive always. Even before you even get a muzzle, getting your dog sticking their head into things that have food prepares the dog for being comfortable with sticking their head into things. So that will always be helpful. Baby gates are extremely important. If we know that our dogs are running off into a certain room and grabbing things that they shouldn't have, so that is practice. And then, we're preventing issues from starting, especially if we have young dogs. This is where resource guarding can stop because they're young, they're exploring, and they're getting into things we don't want them to get into, and then we're grabbing things away from them, and this can become over time frustrating depending on the dog and the personality. So baby gates are awesome. Sometimes we need to use baby gates for separation. I mean, this is our ultimate goal, is being happy, calm around items. You want to make sure that you're feeding your dogs in a quiet space, away from hustle and bustle. If you have a family or if you have children, this can become sometimes just worrisome for dogs, frustrating if they can't eat in peace. So, crazy meal times are not enjoyable. We know that as humans. So, and I am going through a bit of a whistle stop tour for you. So I hope this is resonating. Um, enrichment is an important part, so it's not really part of this talk, but I'm love enrichment for behavior issues. Here we've got baby gates in a multi-dog household. So if we've got one dog that gets frustrated with close proximity with the other dog, normally they get along fine, but when it comes to this situation, it's just not a happy scene for them, then we're going to use baby gates, and there's nothing wrong with that. If we've got a younger puppy that is constantly wanting to grab things away from the older dog, and that can be frustrating for the older dog, then the puppy is rehearsing that behavior. So setting up baby gates and their own zones to appreciate the enrichment activity, because it's not meant to be a between dog play activity, but it's meant to be enriching for their brains and even bodies. So something like a trick or treat ball gets dogs moving around, which has a benefit as well. So the baby gates are really helpful. And we can set up eventually where dogs just, they don't care what the other dog is doing anymore. And that does take time. So it's always better, less is more, is what I say. Crates are great. Crates are safety zones. Um, Crates are a great place for our dogs to enjoy a bone or a chew. Maybe our dogs need rest, decompression away from the hustle and bustle of maybe a busy home, visitors, and children. If we've got more dogs in the home, some dogs just need their space away. So this can be extremely helpful for our dogs. Um, Crates can go in different places. If you have a busy living space, then that might not be the best space. It really does depend. If you have a quiet home and very few visitors and no children, and you want to use a crate in the living room to teach your dog what to do, which is just chilling in a spot while you have visitors, then this can be a great place, excuse me, as well. Um, Puppy pens. This is really important when we have younger dogs, especially the tiny ones. There's no reason why dogs can't learn that this is a cool space to hang out, and it protects other dogs from younger dogs maybe being a nuisance and trying to take things away. Separation is a good thing in a multi-dog household so that they do learn how to be alone by themselves. And puppy pens, X pens, they're also called X pens. So this is great. Just another example. We can put their beds inside, and we can feed them in there so they have their safe space. We can give them a chew toy in there, and that will always be a huge benefit for that. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. Um, so this is a station, so there's no barriers, but teaching these spots are magnetized is one of the best things that you can do if you have a dog. If you have a dog, if you have two dogs, if you have three dogs, teaching a dog that they have their own space and they can retreat to, this does take time. And then they learn that this is my spot. I get a bone here, I get a Kong here, I get a topple here, and I get to just enjoy it in this comfy spot, and nobody's going to bug me. So if you have a home with children, then for sure, this is off limits. This is your dog's space. Okay. And as I say, I'm doing a bit of a whistle stop tour. It's a space where we do want to deliver passive calming activities like chewing and licking, those are neurologically calming, which reduces stress, and resource guarding is often a symptom of some sort of stress happening. So, using and teaching stations is incredibly useful. Um, if you're not doing it, then you might want to think about starting that. And if you need help, I'm always here to help you with that. Because we really want to remove chaos, and we want to create some predictable routines with our management. That's the other part of management. It helps us build predictable routines that remove stress, and our dogs go, cool, I know I'm okay here. I don't have to worry here. I get to snooze in peace. I get to chew in peace. And I know that I will be okay. I know what happens here. So that is the other part of how management can help. So this was meant to be a Q&A. Obviously not, nobody's joined, and that's fine. I was prepared, and I wanted to touch on this. This is that I didn't do a webinar just specific to the management. It is a bit of a whistle-stop tour, and I want, if you watch this, then please, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching this. I really appreciate you. And if you want, a collaborative behavior case consulting, I can help you with that. I can help you no matter where you are, working on all struggles and not just resource guarding. I do have a book, an ebook, a 50-page ebook that I've written out with much of what's in the group, with extra information in there. And it's Understanding Resource Guarding with Compassion. It's on my website, walkaboutcanineconsulting.org, under the course section, and it's the Resource Guarding book. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful weekend, and take care.